Hello everyone, welcome back to TuCasaDePapel. In my previous video, I showed you how I put together these pages for my upcoming Spanish Valentine's Day junk journal. These are the pages that make up the 5 signatures that will be in the junk journal. Next, I will be embellishing these pages with pockets and fabrics. Let's get started. I've already sewed on this cute pink fabric with hearts on the opening page. Now I'm adding a small pocket to hold some ephemera. I sew the pocket itself and then adhere it to the page with double-sided tape. Next, I'm showing you how I made this Rosario pocket. I like to collage my pockets with bits and pieces of leftover ephemera. First, I gather what I want to use and add some interest with tears and distress it with vintage ink. Then I collage the ephemera where I like it best and begin gluing it down. For this pocket, I added a circle label and fastened it in order to give it some movement and more interest to the page. I added a pocket made of an envelope below, but I don't seem to have the footage on this. Sorry guys. Then I added a little stamp on the corner of the craft paper. Next, I'm adding a little bit of interest on this tea-dyed paper. I did not want to excessively collage on these empty pages to allow you to journal and collage yourself, but I did want to add bits and pieces for inspiration. I left the floral paper as a small tuck spot. You will notice that I print on some tea-dyed and scrapbook pattern paper to add more vintage Spanish ephemera. Now I'm adding another collage pocket and a fabric piece, and I'm sticking to the same patterns and colors that match this signature. This cute lace side pocket adds interest to a blank page and will hold larger ephemera. I move on throughout the signature, adding more pockets, collaging bits and pieces, adding fold-out pages, and a cute vellum coin pocket. For the second signature, I have already printed some Spanish stamps and words. Now I'm adding a torn piece of wallpaper with a vintage pattern. To add color to it, I am using a red stamp ink and stamping it until I reach my desired shade of red. And then I buff in an antique gold wax metallic finish. I tend to start my signatures with a pocket because I like to start journaling on a new signature that holds ephemera, that excites and inspires me. I added a patterned scrapbook paper and printed on it an embroidered flower, and behind it I printed a collage of Spanish ephemera. This pink collage spread comes from my Valentine digital kit, which is available on my Etsy shop. I have included the entire kit in this journal. This is one of my favorite pockets. I reprinted the oval picture of this beautiful young lady and buffed the rim with antique metallic gold wax. I glued it on top for some dimension. I also reprinted the floral image on the left and glued it on top to make a second pocket on the side. The last page, I've added an illustration from a Spanish textbook. I tore it and distressed it for a more vintage look. On the third signature, I'm adding a corner pocket made from a printed Spanish postcard and collaging it with florals and textbook prints. Finally, I'm sewing on some fabric and the border for some interest. I wanted to cover the back of this book page since it is not Valentine related, so I added 2 pockets made of printed vintage ephemera. I have printed a lot of botanical imagery and Spanish advertisements on these tea-dyed papers. Here's a floral pocket. I didn't mind sewing it onto the page since it is a blank page that can be easily covered up by you. Here's another collage spread from my Valentine digital kit. I've added a cute fold-out movie poster at the end of the signature for some interactive interest. On this 3rd signature, I wanted to cover up the back side of this poster. I printed my own pattern on tea-dyed paper. I sewed on the tea-dyed paper to the back of the movie poster and it ended up looking so cute with the sewed border. I love to add picture frames on my junk journals. You can definitely replace the image with your own. This is another book page with a vintage graphic that I will convert to collage top pocket. And here's another spread from my Valentine digital kit. I adhered this flap from a book page to make sure it doesn't slip out and it functions as a journaling page. I cover the flap with a collaged pocket made out of a printed vintage wallpaper. On this craft paper, I've sewed on a Dia de los Muertos playing card to act as a belly band. For the final signature, I've printed the Memorias label on this patterned scrapbook paper. I'm adding to it a corner pocket made of a printed Spanish book cover. I got this illustration from a Mexican vintage graphic book. I taped it back together so that it may act as more journaling pages, but the back photos were again not Valentine related, so I covered them using my previous method, which is to sew on a printed tea-dye paper. This is my favorite collage printable from my Valentine's digital kit. This is the final pocket for this journal. Here's a sneak peek of the finished Valentine's journal. The journal is available now on my Etsy shop and the complete flip through is up now on my channel. All of the pockets in this video now hold vintage Latin American printed ephemera, journal cards, labels, tags, postcards, and more book pages. I hope you guys check out the flip throughs. I will leave the links to both in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this process video. Gracias por visitar a Tu Casa de Papel. Bye!